So I just saw Arthur the King. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I just went to an AMC screen unseen, and that movie was Arthur the King. That new movie that has the dog that comes and gets into with the group of athletes who are doing this insane, and I mean insane, event of 5 days running through the jungle and kayaking, climbing. It's brutal. It looks brutal, man. I don't know how people do it, but they do it. I mean, it looks fun, but then it's kind of like it looks painful at the same time. So credit to the people that actually do it in real life. But this is based on a true story. And this was one that I was excited for to see. I love the trailers. Obviously, we got Mark Wahlberg in there starring, and I always like to see what he does because he's a hit and miss. Like some stuff he does is really good, and then some other stuff that it's not the best. But I don't mind him. I don't mind watching what he does. So I was excited for it. Now that I've seen it, I really enjoyed this film quite a lot, and I really like the story. I think that is the best thing about this film is the story. Now, if you're a dog person and you have a dog, you've had a dog, and you get attached to them, you know exactly what that bond is like. This movie is the movie for you. This is a movie that's gonna get you, because I'm a dog person. I've had dogs my whole entire life, and this movie got me, especially towards the end. It got very emotional. As a dog person myself, having been through certain situations that come up in this movie, you can relate to that and that emotion and the feeling and that. And I thought they did a great job at conveying that bond and connection that they built throughout the movie to get to that moment in the final moments of the movie where you are like, dude, people were sobbing in the theater. I had waterworks going as well. I was like, I know exactly what you're going through at this point because I've been in this situation. I've been there. And yeah, so I thought it's because it's based on a true story. It feels really real. And I think that's what they did really well in this movie is they conveyed how real this felt. Now, the journey is awesome. The journey is awesome. And I must give it to the cinematography because the locations were beautiful. I thought they did justice. The scene that you see on the zip lines, gorgeous, man. There are some really gorgeous shots here of like horizons and views and everything. Absolutely stunning, man. Really stunning. And the one on the zip line was awesome, man. That was shot freaking awesomely. And there's something that happens on the zip line there. I'll tell you now, even though this is based on a true story, I didn't know what the story was or anything. I didn't even know they did this, which is insane. But something happens on the zip line, and I tell you what, you feel like you know what's going to happen and everything. You're like, yeah, okay, I know that. It still didn't take away from the tension and the anxiety you're feeling in that moment. So kudos to them for actually creating this scenario that they're in where you're like, I know that they're gonna be okay, but I'm still on the edge of my seat because I don't know what's about to happen. So I really enjoyed that and how they did that. But it's the journey with the dog and how the dog builds this bond with them, with all of them. And that's the thing. There's this moment that happens towards the end of the episode, not the end of the episode, at the end of the movie, that conveys everything that they just went on and the mindset that they have. Because when you meet our main character, who is a real person, they're very driven. They're very motive. They're very all about legacy. Like, I need to win this race because I've never won it, and I don't want this to be the last thing that people remember me for. I want to be remembered as the best, as one of the ones that won it. That is what I want to do. It's in my DNA, and I have to do it. And then you watch him go on this journey, meet this dog, and it changes him. And that's what I really liked about it, is how dogs can just change. Man, let's just be real. Let's just be real, people. We do not deserve dogs. We do not deserve them. They are creatures, animals that are just love you unconditionally. No matter what you do, they love you unconditionally. They're always there for you. And yet, us as a species are like one of the worst things ever, where we just degrade them, smash them, beat them up, and do all that stuff. We don't deserve them. And this movie shows you just what dogs are willing to do to help you. Like, this is the fact that this is based on a true story and this actually happened, shows you that these animals, what they are willing to do for us, how they are willing to go through all this pain to love you unconditionally. It's amazing. It really is. They are amazing creatures. I thought the performances were great. Mark Wahlberg was great in it. Really loved him. Simu Liu, he was fantastic as well. Really liked him. And I liked the dynamic that they built with him and Mark Wahlberg's character. The dynamic that they had. Look, I know some people are going to be like, these characters are unlikable. These people are unlikable. But you got to put yourself in their scenario at this point. Like, you need to understand that as an athlete, if you've played any form of sport and you've tried to go to the highest level in that, there's a mindset to it. You have to have the mindset of, I have to be the best. I have to push through the pain. I have to push through anything, persevere constantly to get to my goal and win. And ultimately, sport is about winning. We only ever do sport to win. So these characters, the way that they butt heads in that, I understand where they're going. And then you throw in that they're exhausted, they haven't stopped and slept and rested and that. They're out there for 5 days, completely just destroyed, running, cycling and that. Lack of food, lack of that, trying to drag it out. You put yourselves in that situation, you understand why they are like they are and how things can really tick them off quickly in that, how they can bicker and fight with each other because it's such a high-stressed moment. Anyone that plays sport understands that. Like, the amount of times whenever you're trying to compete at the highest level possible, you're going to yell at a teammate. You're going to be mad at a teammate. You're going to say something that you don't actually mean. And then afterwards, you're going to be like, dude, man, I shouldn't have said that. This is why, But that's the nature of sport. And that's what I like about it, is them going through that. And then when you get that final moment where they realize what is actually truly important, it's brilliant. It really is. And I loved it. I really did. Now, one thing I do have, a bit of a problem with is the ending itself. I get what there's something that happens in this movie regarding a character and her father. Now, I wanted to see that interaction afterwards. I really wanted to see that and see what come of them. I feel like we didn't see the rest of the people that were there. They kind of just threw them away and went and just showed us the Arthur and our main lead. I would have liked to see what happened with the other ones and how they integrate their life now after this and what become of them a little bit. So that's like a little nitpick in that. But overall, Arthur the King, I have really enjoyed. And look, if you're a dog person, get ready, bring the tissues, because you're going to get some waterworks. I mean, there was people sobbing in my theater, but I enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.